Hey everybody, and welcome back to another 5 Minute Soapbox Talk. Today I'm going to be going over a topic that is really important to me, and I believe it's important to every single magician out there, but unfortunately it's not widely talked about, nor is it discussed. So we're going to be putting the cards down for now, and we're going to be talking about the health of our hands and how to take care of them, and essentially going over some of my exercises and stretches that I do prior to going performing, prior to practicing, or prior to making videos for social media. So let's put the cards down, maybe take out a pen and paper, and let's dive into it. Alright, so I'm going to be going through some of my stretches and exercises that I have found and proven useful to me over the years. Back in 2012 and again in 2014, I broke my right hand. So in 2012 it was the pinky, in 2014 it was the ring finger. I'll cover that on a different video. But during the recovery process and the physical therapy process, I did learn some good stretches that really helped out with my hands, and obviously magic was a huge helpful proponent for me for recovering and getting pretty much, I would say, a good 90 to 99% mobility in my hands. There's a few things that I still can't do, but you know, with all these stretches and warm-ups and everything, it really helps my hands perform at the peak level that they can be when I go and perform. Now obviously right now, at least here in the States, we're going through summertime and the temperatures are pretty hot, so we're not going to be experiencing as much colder temperatures where it would stiffen up our hands. But I used to live up in New York where I would hit sub-zero temperatures, and it made my hands a lot stiffer, and it made it hard to do some of my card work and sleight of hand, as many of you know that live in those colder climates, how difficult that is as well. But going through these exercises and warming up my hands really does make a huge difference in those circumstances, and just in general when going out and performing as well. Plus, you know, we got to take in consideration whenever we go to the gym or we go exercise, go for a run or even a walk, it's always good to stretch and warm up prior to getting into some heavy lifting, or just some you know, just stretching in general is really good just for overall health and body. So it's always good to remember our hands as well, especially when we use them, and they're really important to us. Alright, so starting off, what I like to do is I will take my hands and I'll open them really wide, okay, as wide as you can, and then I will close them as tight as I can, and then I'll open them wide and close them tight. I will do this about 10 times. What this does is this helps get the blood pumping into your hands, and it helps start warming up your hands. After I've done that, I'll go ahead and I'll squeeze each finger about 5 times, so that way it will allow me to pump a little bit more blood into each of the fingers. Okay, and then I'll shake them out, and then from here I will start rolling my fingers in, starting with the pinky, and then I'll open up with the thumbs. Okay, you could bring them here, roll, roll, roll. Okay, and what this does is it helps build up the dexterity in your fingers as well. And then I'll shake them out, wiggle them around a little bit. From here, I will go ahead and I will begin to stretching the inside of my palms and my wrists and my forearms. So at that point, I will hold my hand up pretty much at a 90-degree angle, and I'll push on my fingers, and I'll hold it for about 10 to 15 seconds. And then I'll do the other one, like so. Okay, and then from here, I'll have the palm facing myself, and my left hand will come over, index finger goes in between the thumb, fingers go around the thumb, and then you will twist it to the outer part. So pretty much my right hand, it'll be twisting to the right. Okay, so I'll twist it and hold that stretch for about 10 to 15 seconds, and then I'll do the same thing with the left hand. Okay, and I'll shake those out as well. From here, I will open my hands up as wide as I can, straight. I will bend at the first joint here, okay, and I'll tighten my fingers here. I'll tighten it up, so tight, and then I'll make a fist. Then I'll open up back to this point, and I'll open up, and I'll repeat that process about 5 to 10 times. and then I'll shake them out. At this point, your hands should feel quite limber and pretty loose at this point. I know some people will go ahead and crack their knuckles. I'll then, at this point, just to kind of after that, my joints will seem a little tight, so I'll put my fingertips together and I'll push them together. Okay. Hold that, and then I'll shake them out. Then at that point, I will go ahead and take out my cards. I won't even take them out of the box yet. I will then here place them in between each of the fingers. Okay, and this helps with the stretch in between each of the fingers. So there, like so. And I'll do this with each and every single finger, and I'll hold each stretch typically for another 10 to 15 seconds. And that'll help loosen up your hands as well. And then from there, that's when I'll actually take out the deck of cards, and I will go into different things to help with stretching my hands. Say for instance, like a one-handed pharaoh. Do some scissor cuts. Okay. Pretty much just getting that mobility into your hands. At that point, maybe some cardistry just to get the hands, loosen them up, do some springs, do some pressure fans. Really just go through a small set of drills that you can do with a deck of cards to kind of get the hands used to, used to holding the cards after your hands have warmed up. If you're a coin magician, transferring to different palms, doing coin rolls with both hands if you could do that, practicing muscle passes just to get your hand warmed up to do any muscle passes if you need. And then at that point, honestly, that whole run should probably take you maybe like 5 minutes, 10 minutes tops, depending on how much you want to really stretch your hands. And honestly, 5 to 10 minutes is a small price to pay when it comes to the longevity of really taking care of your hands. Alright guys, so that's it. It's just a quick little video just to show you the exercises that I go through. And like I said, it's just a small fraction of time that it takes to actually take care of your hands. And again, you'll notice a huge difference when you really start taking care of your hands and you start stretching them out and you start warming them up before you actually start doing magic. Especially if you want to say you're gonna do a binge, a huge run of making a bunch of videos for social media and just stockpiling them, so you can just drop a video maybe every day. Or maybe I had heard that contestants that are actually performing in like FISM or other competitions have to wake up super early in the morning. So that there is a prime example, because when you're awake, your body's really not awake. So unless you go through, you wake up early and you start exercising, wake your body up, same thing is going to happen with your hands. Your hands aren't going to really perform nearly as well as they would as you've been up and doing things, everyday things. So I would say, just again, 5-10 minutes tops, just stretching your hands, getting your hands warmed up and a little limber before you actually start doing card magic, coin magic. Any sleight of hand will really make a difference. Honestly, in the short run, you'll notice it almost right away, and even in the long run, it'll keep the longevity of your hands going for a good long time. Because I think about it, whenever I see videos of Marlo and Vernon and at their old ages and everything, I would still love to be able to do what I do now when I'm that old. So I think where it starts is really just taking care of your hands and having good hand health. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and we'll see you in the next video.